There's a clever new way to peel corn in just 30 seconds. No fancy tools needed, just something you use every day. You won't believe how easily the kernels fall off. Hi everyone. Seeing all the corn at the market today reminded me of a brilliant tip a kind viewer shared: removing corn kernels with just a spoon. It's so simple. I couldn't believe I hadn't tried it sooner. In this video, I'll show you that trick again: how to freeze fresh corn to keep it sweet all year, and a viral TikTok recipe you won't want to miss. It's easy, tasty, and worth every second. So stay tuned. To get delicious corn that lasts, the first and most important step is selecting the right ears. You should pick fresh ones with green husks and plump, evenly shaped kernels. Avoid ears that are bruised, mushy, or starting to rot, as those will affect the quality after cooking. A little tip to peel the husk faster and cleaner is, instead of peeling it from the top down like we usually do, cut off the bottom of the corn first. Then, peel the husk slowly in the opposite direction. This way, the corn silk won't get tangled in the kernels, making it much easier to remove and saving quite a bit of time compared to the traditional method. Once the corn is completely husked, it's time to remove the kernels. Instead of using your hands or a knife, which can be risky and take quite a while, you just need a spoon. First, use the handle of a spoon. It's best to choose one with a thin and flat handle, as it will be easier to do. Then gently insert it into the gap between the rows of corn kernels and lightly pry at 2 points along the row to separate the first row of kernels. While prying, you should go slowly and steadily. Don't push too fast or hard, as that could crush the kernels. Just keep doing this row by row. Once the first row is removed, the rest becomes incredibly easy. I hold the corn cob with my hand, then press along the empty row. That means pushing toward the side where the kernels were already taken, and the corn kernels will keep popping out one after another without getting crushed. This method is extremely efficient and tidy. It doesn't take much effort and doesn't make a mess. Where are you from? What's interesting about your country? I really want to know about your country, so please share where you're from and something special about your country in the comments below. In less than a minute, I can collect all the kernels, ready to be frozen or cooked into my favorite dish. After separating the kernels, and if I don't plan to use them right away, I'll show you how to store them properly so they can be used all year round while still keeping their natural sweetness and delightful crunch. But this time, it's even more special. Not just for loose kernels, but also for whole ears of corn or even boiled corn. If done right, you can keep them fresh and delicious for up to a year, which is incredibly convenient. First, I'll start with freezing raw corn kernels. Just like before, after removing the kernels, I divide the corn into small bags according to portion size or purpose, so it's easier to use later. Then I need to remove the excess air from the bag to help it store longer. You can submerge the bag in a bowl of water or use a straw to suck the air out. After that, just seal the bag tightly, and it's done. If you want to be more careful, you can label the bag with the contents and date, something like raw corn, July 24th. With this method, even the kids in my house can easily recognize and use it when I'm not home. Now all I have to do is put it in the freezer and use it as needed. Storing corn this way is especially suitable for dishes that need long cooking times, like soups, porridge, or stews, because the kernels will soften and still retain their natural sweetness after cooking. The next method is freezing whole corn. Sometimes when I want to eat boiled or grilled corn, using kernels just doesn't work, so I'll show you how to store whole corn cobs. It's very simple. Place the corn into a zip-top bag. To make it easier, you can cut the cob in half so it fits into the bag more neatly, or keep it whole if your freezer has enough space. Then write the freezing date on the outside of the bag and use a straw to suck out the excess air. This method helps prevent the corn from drying out or freezing too hard. By storing it this way, you can keep the sweet and fresh flavor of the corn just like it was when you first bought it. If you boil corn but don't manage to finish it all in one go, don't worry. I'll show you the next storage method that helps retain the flavor of the corn. After the corn is cooked, you need to let it cool completely at room temperature before storing. First, if you still want to eat whole corn on the cob, once it's cool, just wrap it tightly with plastic wrap and place it in the freezer. But if you'd rather use it in other recipes that only need the kernels, it's even simpler. Just take a knife and slice off the kernels in layers. Divide them into small zip-top bags. Use a straw to suck out the excess air, then seal the bags. Finally, label the bag "Cooked Corn, July 24th, and store it in the freezer. Later on, when you need it, just take it out and wait a few minutes. You'll have cooked corn ready to go. This method is perfect if you're making salad, using it as a filling, cooking it with rice, or simply reheating it to eat right away. On busy days, this really is a lifesaver that gives you a quick and nutritious meal. To sum up, these 3 storage methods not only help save cooking time, but also make the most of the fresh corn harvested in season. Depending on your needs, you can flexibly choose the method that works best, or combine all 3, so you'll always have clean, tasty, and convenient ingredients ready in the freezer all year round. While I'm at it, I'll make use of a few fresh ears of corn left after prepping and freezing, and treat everyone to a batch of Wingstop fried Cajun corn, the butter-fried corn dish that's been trending all over TikTok lately. This dish isn't just incredibly fragrant, it also makes the perfect snack or appetizer that's downright irresistible. First, I peel the corn and rinse it thoroughly to remove any remaining dirt, then let it drain. Next, I cut the corn into segments about 2 inches long and place them into a large bowl. Then, I melt about 100 grams of unsalted butter until fragrant and pour it evenly over the corn. Add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil and half a teaspoon of salt, then toss everything well so the corn absorbs the flavor. On TikTok, I saw this dish made by deep frying the corn to create an ultra-crispy outer layer, but I have a more healthy version. By placing the corn into an air fryer, setting the temperature to around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and roasting for about 15 to 20 minutes. This way, the corn turns golden and crispy on the outside, while staying juicy and naturally sweet on the inside. As the corn roasts, its delicious aroma fills the entire kitchen. Just the smell alone makes you want to dig in right away. While the corn is still roasting, I'll take this time to prepare the rich, flavorful coating sauce. First, add about 100 grams of unsalted butter to a heat-proof bowl. Then, add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder to create a mildly spicy kick that stimulates the taste buds. Sprinkle in 1/4 teaspoon of dried oregano and 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme to enhance the herbal aroma. Finally, add 1 teaspoon of salt and a pinch of ground black pepper to bring out the full flavor. Then place the bowl in the microwave. Set it to high heat for about 3 minutes so the butter melts completely and the spices blend. When you take it out, stir it gently, and you'll have a buttery corn sauce that's both fragrant and irresistible. The aroma of butter mixed with garlic, chili, and herbs will surely be hard for anyone to resist. And of course, a delicious dish can't go without a dipping sauce, right? While waiting for the corn to finish roasting, I'll show you how to make a super simple yet incredibly addictive corn dipping sauce. First, add about 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise to a small bowl. Next, add around 2 tablespoons of yogurt, preferably plain, unsweetened yogurt, so the flavor stays balanced and the sauce has a light taste. Then add about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a pinch of salt, and finally a bit of dried dill. Mix everything well, and you'll have a dipping sauce that's light, creamy, and perfectly refreshing to balance the rich flavor of the corn. It's incredibly tasty too. Back to the air fryer. Once the corn pieces are cooked to a golden brown, plump and glossy, just transfer them to a large bowl or a wide plate. Then pour the butter seasoning sauce prepared earlier over the top. You can toss them evenly with chopsticks or use a brush to coat each piece. This will make the dish even more appealing and visually beautiful. Finally, simply arrange the corn on a serving plate and sprinkle a bit of finely chopped cilantro on it. The aroma of cilantro will highlight the spicy garlic butter flavor of the dish, while also adding a bright, colorful touch. Add a small bowl of dipping sauce on the side, light, creamy, and refreshing. One bite of corn dipped in sauce, crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, rich and flavorful, guaranteed to make you exclaim, "Better than street corn from any shop." So today, I shared with you 3 very useful things: how to remove corn kernels with a spoon super quickly without missing any, 3 ways to store corn so you can use it all year while still keeping its sweet freshness, and finally, the Wingstop-style butter-fried corn. Crispy, fragrant, rich, and unforgettable after just one bite. If you find these tips helpful, don't forget to try them at home. I guarantee they'll win points with your whole family. And if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you won't miss the next tips. Also, don't forget to share this video to spread these great tricks to more people. Thank you for watching, and see you again.